Hey, 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 we are live in the warehouse. I'll be sitting right there, I gotta work. And the gist of this video is there is no such thing as passive income. It doesn't exist. And I say that with one caveat, okay, if you were born into a very wealthy agrarian family and they had a farm that was located in a very fertile region in the United States or anywhere in the world, and they had a pick your own fruit stand, and your parents died, and you inherited that fruit stand, and it grew itself, and they picked the berries themselves, that would be passive income. Okay? That doesn't exist. This passive income stuff, I'm gonna move the camera up. This passive income stuff is crazy. Is crazy because what it does is it gets people to believe they don't have to work to make money. They say, oh, I'll passive income my way to $1 million. No, you won't. So this is why, okay, I'm gonna tell you why. This is the secret to making money. You make money when you provide value. Now, this isn't crazy. I'm not tweaking some sort of weird economic theory. No, when you provide value to a customer, you make some money, or you have the chance to. When you're doing something passively, it doesn't work necessarily. Now, here are some examples of typical passive income businesses, right? A content blog. That is passive income, right? But did it just fall into your lap? No, of course not. You had to write it. You had to figure out what you were gonna target in your keywords and for your SEO. You had to do research on what people care about. Is that passive? No, not at all. Is FBA passive income? As you can see, I cleared out some of the garbage here. Is FBA passive income? No, it's not, because I have to do all of this active work. The shipping from the warehouse to the customer, that's passive on my part. But even then, I gotta make sure that I'm not getting ripped off on returns, that they're not overcharging me. All this stuff takes work, a lot of work. It's not passive. And so when you're looking for passive income stuff, be it, the common things are drop shipping, affiliate marketing, content blogs, software as a service, SaaS subscriptions, that kind of stuff. But what they miss out on, and what all these people trying to sell you a get-rich-quick scheme are not talking about, is the immense amount of work that goes in before the passive income. And I want to be brutally truthful and totally honest with you when I say this. There is no way you're going to make money unless A, you are immensely lucky, or B, you work very hard. Those are just the facts of the matter. Now, you can figure out what niche has the most return on your investment, the investment being your work, but there's no such thing as a free lunch, right? Someone famous said that, the carnival guy, P.T. Barnum. I don't know about that. But so the whole point of this is, don't think that you can make money without working. Do not think that at all. Someone asked a question. I got to go over here and read it. I didn't want to rant for this video. I just wanted to, do my work and talk. Well, there is passive income when phone farming, but the profits aren't very good compared to arbitrage. So even that kind of stuff, like phone farming, you're using bots. Someone had to write those bots. That took work. You had to pay for the bots. That money you paid for took work. You can have smart investments that, after you plan them out correctly and implement them correctly, make you money without you working. But that's just entrepreneurship. That's all it is. That's taking a business and growing it and scaling it. When you make money when you're not there, that is 99.999, ad nauseum percent of the time, because you or someone else put the work in before you. And so you're reaping the benefits off of that seed. Now, when a giant tree grows and you planted the tree, is it passively growing? Not really. It's taking nutrients from the earth, from the air. It's taking the value out of the environment and turning it into a tree. It might seem passive to someone who's not really well versed in basic economic theory, but that might be a lot of people. And so what I'm doing today, I'm gonna lower this more. What I'm doing today is just listing, right? And I'm gonna have the super chat pulled up, not super, I keep calling it that. It's the chat. I'm gonna have that pulled up, and I'm just gonna go through this stuff. Right here, the things in the thrift store haul yesterday. I'm just gonna go through them. Oh boy. And list them. And you're gonna see how the passive part of FBA actually works. It's a lot of work. I'm gonna pull up this on my computer. So, if you have any questions, feel free to ask. Feel free to ask during this, and I'll answer all your questions as I read them. Hopefully, it'll be helpful for you. Now let's open this up. Open this all the way up. Am I not doing this? We're plugged in, right? Yeah, we're plugged in. It should be. That's really odd. Well, my internet's not working. So. Anybody, man, this is not how I thought it would be. My internet's not loading. All right, we'll take this in a different direction then. We'll take this in a different direction. Who had some questions? Okay, I think I should have fixed it. I think I fixed it, and it should all work now. I use my phone for internet in the warehouse. That works now. That was really weird, though. It was just not working for a second. Okay, so any questions you have about anything entrepreneurship related, ask away, and you will receive answers. You will receive truthful, honest answers to the best of my ability. No BS, no bullshit. What is going on here? I also want to say thank you to all the new subscribers. I got almost 200 new subscribers yesterday. That was really cool. It's because of a few of these videos about retail arbitrage mostly, and I think it's a lot of people who want to make some money, and so I am here. I'm here to help. But what I'm doing is I really got to set up this better so I can screen share when I'm live streaming. Because all I'm doing now is just listing stuff. So what I need first is a medium-sized box. Because we're going to load a medium-sized box full of the stuff as we scan it and list it. So this is like the second part of sourcing, the far less fun part of sourcing, where you got to sit down and do work. Gotta sit down and do work. You guys are in for a treat tomorrow. You really are. Because tomorrow, I'll be live streaming my 80,000 book buy. 80,000 pounds of books. Tim Wright, question on Amazon. Can you list anything as merchant or is some items gated like on FBA? Say if some items are gated. Yeah, that you can't list it even if you are merchant fulfilled. But you can sell on eBay or Mercari or your own Shopify site or any of those places. So if you're doing merchant fulfilled, you know, I guess there's a higher demand for a lot of products in Amazon, but you should be okay on eBay, I think. If you don't mind me asking, Tim, what is the item? And I can hopefully help you find a good marketplace for it if you are having issues with that. If not, don't worry about it. Brian Campbell, is it worth investing into a very good CD, DVD scratch remover if you can't sell them on Amazon? Um, you can sell video games, and they're good for video games. So I own two repair devices. They are the JFJ Easy Pro. I will grab one for you right now. I don't use them so much anymore. There's really, in my opinion, oh boy, where are they? Well, I can't find them right now because I haven't used them in a long time. Um, they're over here somewhere though. Boy, I really hope the guys did not list it and sell it. Anyways, the JFJ Easy Pro is a small little white box, about this big by that big, and those cost around $100 on eBay and like $150 on Amazon. So I really wish I could find mine to show you, but it's currently been lost to the warehouse because I'm not really doing much of that anymore. I'm not really repairing CDs. I'm not doing bulk buys of CDs and DVDs. But I would say buy that. There's not, in my opinion, there's not really a big difference in any of like the consumer level or prosumer level DVD scratch repair kits. You've got like I forget, but they're all relatively the same. Where it starts to get a lot different is when you have automated scratch replacers. So there's this company called Mr. Roboto out of Las Vegas, I think, and they have a disc repair machine with an arm. So it grabs from your stack here, picks it up, takes it over, finishes it, takes it over, puts it in the stack here. Those, I saw one for sale on eBay about a year ago for $4,000. They run about 15 grand new. They're very expensive, but if you're doing, I end up doing the math on it, and basically you have to sell like 50,000 CDs a year to make it make more sense to buy one of those than to pay someone $15 an hour to just sit there and just do CDs all day. And so that's what I ended up doing when I bought, I forget what it was, like 10,000 or 25,000 CDs. I bought two of those machines, and I had a guy come in here for about a week or 5 days and just all day, just putting it in and out of the machines. I think we actually might have sold the JFJ Easy Pro on Amazon without me knowing. I think probably Max just listed it. Tim Wright says, is there a master list of gated items and brands available? Heard sometimes Amazon does not always stop you from listing certain brands, but then suspends you for doing so. Boy, I don't know about that. I've never heard of that happening. I've heard of listings being closed down, and then if you reactivate the listing, you'll get suspended because they send you an email that's like, hey, this item is now restricted, or it's a health hazard, or it's, for whatever reason, it's not allowed to be sold by just anyone, but they don't suspend your account, no. Winter Fresh, what is FBA? I hear that thrown around a lot. FBA stands for Fulfilled by Amazon, and what that is you send your stuff to an Amazon warehouse, and there's a bunch around the country, and then they fulfill it for you. They are the one handling the sending it from their warehouse to the customer. That's how a lot of third-party sellers use Amazon Prime. So in order to get that 2-day shipping, we send our stuff to their warehouse, and then they have these giant, enormous bulk rates negotiated, and then they send those pre-sorted UPS or USPS or FedEx, and they handle the delivery from their warehouse to the consumer. And so what it does is it lets you sell a lot of stuff without having to be physically present, and a lot of people call that passive income, but I vehemently disagree. It's easy, but it's not passive. Brian Campbell, wow, I like the $100 option. I found some rare PlayStation games, but they're scratched to hell. Yeah, I mean, honestly, or find like a disc replay, and they charge $1 per game if you only have like 20 games. I would say look for a JFJ Easy Pro on auction on eBay. I bought mine for like 98 bucks. They go for 100 bucks. Sometimes they go for like 75, but that is only once in a blue moon. GMO says, these distributors and wholesalers' prices are high, can't make a profit. That is true for a lot of products. You just have to find the ones that fit. Just start finding distributors for like convenience stores or grocery stores or whatever it is. Or alternatively, just drive into an industrial park in your area, look at the names of the companies who are manufacturing products, and see if they sell direct to you. Maybe it's not as sexy as like Advil that you can sell 1,000 every hour of, but if it's like, let's say it's custom made, I don't know, glove compartment handles for Buicks. That's a crazy example. But if it is that, and there's no sellers buying direct from the manufacturer on Amazon, you stand to make a lot of money. Like I said earlier in the video, finding wholesalers is not passive income, even though it's really, really easy. Once you find them, you got to put a lot of work, 10, 15, 20, 40, 100 hours into finding these wholesalers, manufacturers, and distributors. Do you have arrangements for a local recycler to pick up your book duds? Currently, we were just doing pallets, so we were only doing like, 10,000 books a month in this location. And so we would just take them to we would just take them to Goodwill and get, donation credits for that at Goodwill. But with the 80,000 truckloads I get up in Flint, those go to a recycler and they pay, I think it's like $180 a ton for paper. I don't remember. It ends up being like a nickel a pound, I think, is what they pay for paper, but I don't know. It's a very, very low amount of money, is what it is. Oh gosh, it's Josh says, hello! Hello! Oh man, Joe Rogan is live with Sean Carroll right now. I should stop this live stream and watch that live stream. Sean Carroll is a very, very smart person. He's one of my favorite scientists out there. Joe Rogan has a lot of those good guys. He has a lot of weird guys, a lot of weirdos, and I like weirdos. So it works. It works for both of us. What podcasts do you listen to when you're working or whatever? What kind of stuff do you listen to? Do you listen to like people like me talk about warehouse stuff? Do you listen to podcasts? What do you do? What do you do? Let me know. I'm curious how people work. That's what one of the things that interests me. We got these right here. These are those cartridge loaders or cartridge storage things. You gotta peel off the labels. I always peel off the Goodwill labels because even though you don't have to, technically, people get really pissy if they find out you're making money off of them, which is so weird to me because, like, how do you think an economy works, lady or man? How do you think an economy works? You think everyone just gives each other things at cost? No. There is always, always, always a value added. I've got 6 of these, so let's just do them all at one time. 21. Oh boy. Yeah, they got these little Meyer tags on back too. I wonder how old these are. I wonder how old. It looks like they were made by. These are like Grand Rapids private label items, so I have no clue. Someone just said something. How did this get made? Bad Movie Podcast. That sounds very entertaining, Alan. YouTube, and sometimes I research myself. Do you mean like you Google yourself? Or like you look up things and you're doing research like for yourself? Dan says the Incredible Salt Mine. I don't know what that is, but it sounds very interesting. That sounds like a very interesting thing to me. What is the Incredible Salt Mine? Is it like a movie or a podcast or... Can you explain how you buy and sell real quick? Yes, I go to thrift stores, or I buy pallets, or I buy estate sales, or I will find overstock products by the truckload and have them sent to my warehouse, or I take them here myself, and then we sell them on Amazon using Amazon FBA. And so we list them all, send them to an Amazon warehouse, and then they do the fulfillment, like I said earlier. Look up things. Oh, very cool, very cool. Some wacky guys fighting the system. Ooh, that's like a buzzword. Whenever someone's fighting the system, that's like, uh-oh, they could be crazy. Which is good, though, right? I don't want to listen to a non-crazy person's podcast. That just sounds... Well, it just sounds boring. You guys think there are any dangerous goods in these cartridge holders? I hope not, because so a lot of times Amazon has like automated keyword stuff, and they might confuse cartridge with like a gun cartridge. So I really hope it doesn't do that. 6 of those Bambinos. Blake Thrift is the name of this shipping plan. I always name my shipping plans with like my name, because when you're in a warehouse with like 8 people or 4 people or whatever it is, and you're always listing products, it's very, very difficult or very easy to get them mixed up. So I always put my name first, and then like the kind of stuff that I'm selling in the shipping plan. And then we just put it in this box right here. And that's how we keep the listed inventory away from the non-listed inventory. Appreciate that. Need to look into it. Oh my gosh, it's Josh. Hey dude, I've got like 400 videos about how to make money, so just start watching those, my friend. My first product was Civil War. Oh, I can't say that. Civil War Risk Board game. I sold 46 of them, made £1 profit on each. Wow, very good, man. 46 pounds. Good for you. That's some walking around money. John Alex Herr. Hey Walter, I made an investment of 1,500 vinyls last year, most for about 20 cents a piece. And now I've been stuck with them. Thinking about selling them in lots of 100. Any ideas? Oh, I've got a great idea for you, my friend. Find a local auction house, whatever area you're in. Let's say you're in Boyne City, Michigan. That's a little tiny town in northern Michigan that is gorgeous in the summer and has nice skiing and golf courses. You say you're there. You say Boyne City auction houses. You call them. You say, I have 1,000 vinyl records I want to auction off. And they'll say, okay, we'll do them in lots of 100 so people can see all of the covers and see who's there. And then you'll sell them like that. There's no shipping cost. Vinyl is expensive to ship. So you're going to escape that. That's your best bet beyond like going through each one individually and selling them individually. Because if they're not moving, they're not moving. There's also a lot of grading to vinyl that I can't speak to, but I know is very esoteric. So if it was me, I would be at an auction house right away. Where about in Michigan are you? I'm near the Detroit area. I am in Metro Detroit as well. I got a warehouse in Ypsi, and I work up in Flint too. So I'm all around here, all around the area. I used to live downtown in Detroit for a few years. John Alex Herr, great info. You're welcome. Make some money, my friend. Make some money. That's why we're doing this. These are the Fujifilm tapes I told you about yesterday. Sales rank 25. That is so good. You know what? I'm gonna put these at 30 bucks. I am. 30 bucks. And I think they're gonna move at 30 bucks. That's crazy. 10 bucks a tape. Can you believe that? $10 for tape that you will scan over. And it just blows my mind. I mean, this thing right here is 50 bucks. We went over that yesterday in the video. This is that Light Scribe CD kit. I mean, 50 bucks. That's pretty good. Is 70,000 rank good for an action figure? Yes, it is. If it's in toys, it is. That's very good. That's a very good rank. That'll sell really, really quick. Been doing well in the home category. Good to hear, Brian. Make some money. Make some of that moolah. What the heck is this? Oh, this is a return I put on top of that box. I will go to that later. Dang. Operation Despicable Me, Silly Skill Game. That's a weird title for it. Calling it a silly skill game. Let's do 45 for this and then we'll reprice it down. Scott Punch, I've been selling on eBay for 5 months and have got top rated seller. Scott Punch, big thumbs up to you. 2 thumbs up. You're making some money. Winner Fresh says, should I start by buying Dollar Tree items and selling them for higher? That's an option. I think everyone should start with books for Amazon FBA because most books are very, very cheap. You can get them for $0.25. You can get them for free sometimes on Craigslist and Facebook marketplaces. And they're very easy to scan because they all have barcodes usually. They're easy to know the rank for. So you could do that, but I would say I'd start with books. Sydney says, did you say Advil sells well on eBay too? You can check that for yourself using the sold listings option on the eBay search to see what any product is worth. I actually have a video I made a few weeks ago about finding the value of any product and how often it sells for that matter. This is all you're capable of doing all this stuff. The tools are out there and they're free. They're not always free, but they're cheap and they're there for you to make money off of. They really, really are. I found a 4-pack of Sony audio cassettes, but no sales rank history on Keepa. Huh, that's odd. Is there a listing? If there's a listing for it, just put it up because Sony is a really great name brand and it'll sell for sure. Just list it up there. Are they video cassettes or audio tape cassettes? Because that's kind of going to matter how you price them. If they're videotape cassettes, put it at $40 or $50, and it might move. If they're audio cassettes, I do not really know off the top of my head what the market price is for that kind of stuff, but it's still going to be profitable. It's still going to be worth a pretty decent amount of money, especially if I assume you didn't pay. I assume you didn't pay very much for it at all. If you did, I mean, yeah, let me know what they are, and I'll give you a little advice. Keepa really is a great tool. If you don't know what Keepa is, it's Keepa.com, Keepa.com. Again, they're not paying me. I wish they would. It's free to use for most of the features, or for a lot of the features, and it'll tell you the sales rank history of any item. And that's important because every time the sales rank dips, that is a sale, or that designates a sale. And so it gives you a good idea of how quickly things are selling and how much, how many you can buy. Like, for example, these right here, these film cartridge cases I bought, I checked the sales. There was like 15 of them at the store, and I checked the sales rank. And 6 sold in the past 3 months. So I bought 6 and I left the other ones there. Now potentially someone could buy those and buy them as well, and we could screw the listing over, but I'm not really worried about that because that doesn't happen very often. It could happen more, but it really doesn't. So I'm not too worried about it. And doing that really helps you keep a good inventory health score, as well as saves you on fees. Did I make the listing for this? Dora the Explorer. No, I didn't. It's right here. Interactive TV. Dora the Explorer. Everything has to be new, correct? No, it does not, my friend. It does not need to be new. You can sell old. It has to work. There are some things you can't sell as used. Like you can't sell baby items or car seats or breast milk pumps as new. But you can sell, as used, but you can sell VCRs as used, you can sell books as used, you can sell video games as used, you can sell mounting brackets as used, you can sell handheld solitaire games as used, you can sell Sony iHomes as used, you can sell laptops as used, you can sell microwaves as used, you can sell so much shit as used. Little Sony audio tapes like a 4-pack. Brian, I can't tell you the going rate for those, but if there's no listings on there, I always recommend going high. Put it at $25 if you think that's reasonable, or just check what the going rate for like other Sony tapes of a similar size are, and then price it accordingly, or give it like a 10 or a 20% bump, because you are the only seller, and so you can, to an extent, dictate the price. That's the good thing about Amazon. 50 cents at a thrift. Oh, Brian, you are in a good place to be. Yeah, put them at 25 or 30. They'll sell. Mike Kelly, what is the minimum revenue or profit returns from the book buy that will make you decide if it was a win? That's a good question. I like how you didn't ask what would be break even, because that doesn't really matter. It matters how much I make, profit off of that. I would say, so yeah, it's gonna be a truckload of books. There's like 52 pallets in there, and if I make like 50 grand off of it, that'd be a win. I'd be happy with that. My standard rate for pallets so far has been about 3 or 4 grand a pallet over the course of 6 months, but most of that occurs in the first like 2 months. So if I can make 50 grand off those in 2 months, and if I can get through them, a few weeks, that's also big too. Is you want to get through the inventory fast, because as soon as I go through it, I can buy one more truckload, and as soon as I buy that truckload, I can buy more and more and more. And so if I can do 50 G's a truckload profit, that would be awesome. I am not totally sure it's going to happen, because again, these are donated books. I have never checked them before. It could be, a truckload of duds, and I could be screwed. But I don't think that's the case. So we'll see. My low battery life. I'm at 20% battery. It's plugged in though, so I don't know why that's the case, but that's how it is. I learned yesterday that there's 2 catchphrase colors, right? I've actually got 3 catchphrase games in here. Boy. So there's 3 catch games in here. And I want to show you these 3 catch games, because they all are priced differently. Look at those 3 right there. 3 catchphrase games. Whoa! There we go. Black, red, and orange. Orange is junior, 75 bucks. Red is uncensored, so they say naughty words, 50 bucks. Black is boring and censored for babies, and it's 25 bucks. I found a Panasonic PVM1369 in the original box with the remote today. It's my first time selling anything online. PVM1369. Is that a combo player, or is it an old VCR? I'm not familiar with that model number, but I believe if it's a newer combo player, I would sell it on Amazon if you can. You might be gated. If you are gated, put it on eBay, and then I would ask if it's a DVD combo player with the box with the remote. I think you could put it at like 150 or best offer. What the hell? Oh, the batteries are in here. I gotta take those out. And you should probably be able to move with that price with all the accessories. You don't even need a house, just sleep in your warehouse. Make space for your living area. That's what I was almost gonna do when I first got this place. I almost lived here because I was trying to save money. But you don't want to do that, because then you have to shower at a gym, and my girlfriend would not want to spend the night at a warehouse. It just is not. It's a tempting idea on paper, or in theory, but its actual execution is really just a miserable life. I've definitely lived in less than I don't know, comfortable homes, and it's not a sacrifice I enjoy making. It's an old 19-inch TV VCR player combo. Whoa, that's why I didn't recognize it. Yeah, that's weird. I have no clue about that. I bet it's heavy as shit. Is it really, really heavy? Probably weighs like 30 or 40 pounds. In that case, Etsy or eBay, probably your best bet. To find the price, go on eBay, check, search the model number, and then go over to the sidebar, and you'll see an option to search sold listings, right? And sold listings will show you what it sold for, and then just mimic that price. For heavy items, a lot of people say that you should do free shipping on eBay. I am not really in that camp, especially if you're doing just like weird, stuff like this. If you're doing like shirts and clothes and light stuff, yeah, sure, go for it. But I mean, the cost to ship a 30-pound VCR across the country is like $110. So I would say do it on eBay or Etsy with calculated shipping. Make sure you weigh it, make sure you box it, all that good stuff. And assuming it works, which it does work, I believe you said. I know somebody who sold an old similar TV for $250, but it was like orange, so it had like a little bit of novelty to it. So maybe 200, maybe 250, maybe 150, I don't know, but definitely gonna be worth some money for sure, and definitely will sell. So where did I put those poly mailers? What I'm doing for these little things. What the heck? I gotta unscrew this first. Shit, this one's acting weird. I'm gonna put them in poly and all these choke bags. I gotta find a screwdriver now. But I have these choke bags right here. They say like choking hazard, and I just put the items in there before I send them to FBA. I used to bubble wrap them, and we still do bubble wrap a lot of stuff for like VCRs and that kind of stuff. But for like little handheld games, they're not really gonna break. I've never had an issue with one breaking. They weigh like less than a pound and they're small, so we don't really need to poly or bubble wrap those because they don't break in shipping. So why would I spend the time or money? Any ideas for lighting and photo backdrops on a budget besides natural light? Just using foam board, poster board now, and a few clamp lights. Dominator, that sounds like you have the budget set up for it. I mean, the only thing I can say is put like a piece of cloth over the light to make it act as like a diffuser. But everything else, you're doing it for cheap the right way. Jesus Zamora says, could someone fill me in why there's no such thing as passive income? Because income is a result of adding value. That's the short story. If you want to see the whole 5-minute rant, just go back to the beginning of the video, and it is there. Using a pair of scissors as a screwdriver. How do you become a top seller on eBay? Well, I don't know what they've got their criteria. I don't know what it is, but it's very easy to look up. Just Google eBay top seller criteria, and it will they'll tell you. Yeah, these batteries are all corroded as shit. Throw them away. You're not supposed to ship it with the batteries in them, technically, so I like to take them out. Carrie Weston, your warehouse looks like my dining room. I have 3 liquidation lots in my dining room. Carrie, I applaud you for being smart with your money and saving space, but that's why I got a warehouse, was because I was sick and tired of like having my stuff all around me, and I was just working like 20 hours a day. It was ooh, ow, scissors on my hand. Um, it's good to have like a separate space you can go to and go home and not worry about work. Your your fortress of solitude, or whatever you want to call it. If you follow rally routes, they call their warehouse the Fortress of Solitude, which is like SELL-itude, which is really funny. And I would recommend you follow them because I like them. They are a good couple, and they actually were on the channel about a week ago. We talked for about an hour about business stuff, and it was fun. Can two separate eBay accounts use the same internet provider? I want to teach my son, but he has to come to my house and use my internet. We have our own eBay accounts, but he has never sold. I don't know. I think you should be okay, but like at the same time, if one of your accounts gets banned, what they'll do is they might ban the other account, and they'll say, oh, you're the same person. As long as there are different names on the two accounts, and there are different like bank account numbers and all that stuff, and different PayPal addresses for the PayPal, all that stuff, and different phone numbers for the verification for the account, you should be fine. But I have heard about people who are in the same household or who move into a house where there was a previous eBay seller who got their account banned. They end up getting screwed over because they get automatically banned because of the other person, and you got to go call eBay customer service, and it's a nightmare. It takes like 2 weeks to get back reinstated. But I mean, as long as you guys are both following the rules, I do not think it would be an issue. This is the wrong bag, guys. No, it's not. Never mind. It is not the wrong bag. I was mistaken. Hey, if you're here, give the video a quick thumbs up. I really appreciate that, and it helps the videos. It helps its SEO, its search engine optimization. The more engagements you have, that's why I always talk to the trolls. If you watch my videos, I'm always really instigatory with trolls, because the more trolls, that's kind of one of like the messed up things about YouTube and the internet in general, really, is they do not differentiate between positive engagement and negative engagement, at least not when they're selling ads. And so they are going to incentivize the videos with the most comments, even if it's just people arguing back and forth. Why they do that? Well, it's because they make more money. It's pretty obvious why. But would I say it's a good idea? No. I don't think it's a good idea for them. Anyways, that's why I always encourage you to give me thumbs up and leave comments, and also why I always engage with trolls on eBay, because the more I talk, the more talk to me, the more people see the video, and they don't really hurt my feelings, so it's not that big of a deal. That's another thing. When you're being an entrepreneur or a reseller or whatever it is, you gotta have tough skin, because there are a lot of people who do not want you to succeed. I know that's hard to hear. What the heck? I know that's hard to hear, but it's unfortunately true. There are a lot of people who are gonna call you names and say you're dumb and all that good stuff. Yeah, this is it. Electronic catchphrase. And you just have to ignore them. And it might be your family, it might be your friends, it might be randos on the internet, but they're gonna be there. People who aren't making money hate people who are making money. That has been true forever. It will always be true. If you're making money, someone's going to have some negative whatever they're going to project onto you. And they'll be like, oh, you think you're better than me? You think you're better than me for doing all this work? Oh, yeah, well, fuck you. That happens to people. There's this dude named Ed who does a lot of retail arbitrage in around Virginia and DC. And he goes into these Walmarts and he buys like $3,000 of stuff. And they hate him. The people who work there hate him because he is obviously banking in on their hard work. And they're left to assume, okay, if we're both at the same Walmart and I'm making $10 an hour and he's buying 15 grand a week of toys, what is going on? And you either have to say, okay, well, fuck that guy, and just say he's a bad person and just make him feel like trash and try and get him to stop his behavior with taunting and name calling, or they realize, oh man, I'm a piece of shit, I should be doing more work. And that second mentality is very, very rare. And so you don't get a lot of people who are kind to those with money, and that's what it comes down to, in my humble opinion. But again, that is just my opinion. I'm sure there's examples of people who were total dicks with their money, and that's why, oh, well, this person did this, that's why I hate them. Okay, well, you know, that's an exception that proves the rule. Cindy says, yeah, I like the video you did with the Roots. They're great people. Well, the Roots are great people. I cannot speak highly enough of them. Go tell them that you like the interview and have them do another one, because I would love to talk to those guys for hours, you know? They're very interesting and very eclectic people. And those are the kind of people I like. Yeah, employees ask me why I'm buying so many toys. I just say stocking up for Christmas. Smart way to easily avoid conflict. I salute you. We says, it doesn't make sense to me that people would hate on that. I'd be like, yo, he knows some kind of secret. Let me see if I can replicate his process. That's because you are not an insecure weirdo. That's why. That's what it comes down to. Maybe you are, you're good at hiding it. I don't know. But you're not, you're trying to make your life better. That's what it comes down to. That's why I make these videos, my friends. I want people to make more money, to have better lives. It is easy. Very, very easy. I would much rather have people earn their own money than have to rely on some, benefactor or like a welfare from the government or whatever it is. I think it's a much more satisfying and fruitful life when you are in control of yourself and you're not reliant upon a weekly or monthly check from someone or something. Boy, I could talk for hours about that. I could talk for years about that. Decades even. That's why I started this channel. It was a political justification, a philosophical justification. Is it slowing down? My internet's slowing down. Boo-hoo. What time are we at? 50 minutes? Does anyone have any questions they want to ask? Any questions they want to ask? Because if you do, well, boy, have I got some answers for you. I see one question, but it's not showing up on my computer. Someone just asked. So I live in a town that Anchor Glass is made, so I find a lot of extremely good condition vintage glass. Do you think it's profitable for me to look into? Yes. If Anchor Glass is valuable and rare, then yeah, I definitely think that's the kind of thing you would want to look into for sure. You can check out, again, eBay for the prices, or Etsy. If it's vintage, or antique even, Etsy is a great place for that. Shipping glass kind of sucks because it breaks really easily, so you have to basically use styrofoam inserts. But is this just not working? Cool, Amazon is down for me. But once you get your shipping process taken care of, the you know, how to package them, whatever, how to charge the right price, you make a lot of money selling anything. You know, vintage glass not excluded. Yeah, I'm disconnected from the chat. This is crazy. My sister owns quite a few businesses in the medium-sized town, and I can't believe how much hate her and her family get. Yeah, it's people are like that. People are they're salty. I've enjoyed your videos and approach to buying Amazon returns. Obviously, they'll take time to sell a lot of stuff, but do you have any idea of how long it'll take you to break even? Usually, you know, it depends on the sales rank. Usually in about a month, you break even, and then after that is like the profit on a lot of these to consumer returns, like bulk or whatever. But it's really, there's not really like a fast and true answer. Do you invest in real estate, and do you think there's a housing bubble about to burst? I do have some real estate. It was a mistake to buy. I was dumb. I should not have done it. It was a mistake. And also, yes, I believe that there is going to be a massive recession in like 2 years, especially if there all these tariffs keep being imposed upon international markets, or well, imposed on imports to America that then affects international markets. We are going to see a skyrocketing cost in like everything involving steel and gasoline, energy basically. And so that's just going to cause everything else to go up in price. And I think that, yeah, the housing bubble is going to burst. I think that we are going to have 2021, those 2 years. I don't know, man. Watch out for it. Watch out. My Amazon is still down. Oh, boy. I think that's because I don't know why, actually. I could make a video about how tariffs are just the stupidest thing in the world, but I'm not going to, because maybe I will on my other channel. Oh boy, for all you people who like free market economics, I might make a new channel for all of you. But in the meantime, this channel is gonna stay making money, no matter what your political affiliations are, your religious affiliations, anything you want. I am here to help folks, no matter who they are, make money. So hopefully through that I can persuade you to enjoy Austrian economics. Is it a different issue that I have a lot of different items to plan to post on Etsy? No. It's 20 cents a listing, I believe. So you're going to have to pay that fee, but they're not going to limit you the way eBay does, or at least last time I checked they don't. Maybe they changed it recently. All vintage and retro things, but not always a shirt or toy. Yeah, that's great for Etsy. You should do really well with that. Just, you know, put up like 25 or 30 items if you have that at first. What you want to do with Etsy, the way that their search algorithm works, the more things you list, the higher up your search gets, the more traffic they go to your store. So list like 1 or 2 things a day as opposed to all at once, and that will help keep routine traffic coming to your store. You mentioned you will hopefully be getting a much larger warehouse. Is that for bulk books, returns, or something else? All the above, my friend, all the above. It's going to be for truckloads, so it's going to have space for hopefully 4 truckloads, and then like a workspace as well and some offices. But, you know, we'll see. Fingers crossed. We're getting close to an hour, so if there's any last questions, this is the last call for questions. If not, I'm going to sign off, and I really appreciate everyone who's here. Thank you very much. What are the top 3 books that influenced you the most, and why? The Great Lakes Book Project, How to Sell Books for Fun and Profit on Amazon, How to Sell VCRs for Profit on Amazon. Those are 3 books that I wrote. I don't buy into the whole like bullshit about like read this book that Guy Kawasaki reads, you'll become a millionaire. Like you always see these stupid memes like Bill Gates reads 3 books a day. Mike Zuckerberg reads 52 books a year, whatever, like all that stuff, and they imply that somehow reading is gonna like unleash potential in you. No, it's not. Like you have to know how to do stuff, how to do these procedures or whatever you want to call it, methodology for making money. But like, I can't read about like motivation and success and have those things in my life. That's ridiculous. So, dude, don't buy books to read them. I mean, reading's great. I love to read. Don't buy books to read them with the expectation that they'll make you money. Don't do that. The only way you're making money with books is if you're selling them. That's the fact of the matter. Or, yeah, writing them. Last call for questions, guys. Last call for questions. I think that might be it. I'm going to log off. It was great talking to you. I encourage you to subscribe, like the video, share it with your friends, all that bullshit, so we can start growing this channel more and have more people be less poor. See you guys later.